Well, Jay, a period in the first, pepper John Gibson, and he's throwing your guys. You're down 2, but your team just kept coming. Did you sense that it was inevitable that eventually the dam would break?
Well, we did a lot of good things in the first period. We weren't as clean as maybe we wanted to be, and we can clean some stuff up on the penalty kill, but we liked the way we were playing the game. I really liked how calm our bench was, how they showed a little bit of pushback and resiliency, found a big goal at the end of the first period, and then we took that into the second period. So it was a good response from our group, not hanging your head when you're down 2-0.
You got contributions from a lot of different players tonight, 7 guys with 2 points, but the Ryan, Fogle, Nugent, Hopkins line, I think that's the 5th goal they've been on for since you put them together. Can you pinpoint why a line sometimes like that just has instant chemistry, and what have you liked from that trio?
I don't know if you can put your thumb on the exact reason why they're having some success. I think they have the elements of a good line. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins is a 200-foot player that plays in every situation. He seems to make everybody around him better. So him in the middle of the rink, I feel very good about. Warren Fogel's a big body. We tasked him with upping his forecheck game and going to hard areas in the offensive zone. And then for me, Derek Ryan is a very subtle player, but when you watch him and some of the plays he makes, I think he values doing hard things. And those 3 guys together, they have some mojo going right now, and we're thankful because we think it makes us a deeper team.
I know there's a lot of focus when you score 7 goals, but I want to ask you about Lagesson and Niemelainen. And William Lagesson maybe just quietly has become pretty consistent for you here these games on the blue line. Can you talk about his effort tonight as well as Niemelainen?
Yeah, I think Bill's played very well. He is honest as the day is long as a hockey player. He gives you everything he has on a daily basis. I think he is he's excelling at his stick on puck and then finishing through the body. So he's killing a lot of plays. I see him cutting off cycles, releases to the back of the net, that type of thing. And he's just keeping it simple. He's not trying to be anything that he's not. He's just trying to make good, solid plays. And, he's been excellent for us. And fortunately for Dave and I, we have a frame of reference with William Lagesson. We've seen him when he first came over to North America, and he's been a real good player on our team here the last little while.
Jay, the second power play unit scored the first goal. It doesn't happen too often here, 5 times all year, according to Jay over there. And then in the third period, you put them out first again.
Yeah.
Is that kind of a reward for scoring the goal, or how did you look at that?
Yeah, it was. I think it was a heck of a goal. And right before that power play goal at the end of the first, which was a huge goal for us, Darnell had a great chance as well. And we had another chance that went off the shoulder of the goaltender. And so putting them on in the third period there, that was certainly trying to empower them because they did some good stuff.
When did Jesse get hurt scoring the goal? I think he only played 1 shift after the goal.
Yeah, I don't know the exact extent of that. I haven't seen the video on it, and I haven't talked to our doctors, but I know he came back out and kind of tested a little bit, and but I don't have any more information for you, Jim, on that. Sorry.
Thank you.
On the power play, Jay, how important do you think it is to have 2 units that you can go to, and that there's kind of a healthy competition between the 2? Is that, in a healthy way? Is that good?
I do think that's healthy. I mean, the top unit is some of the best hockey players in the world, and they move the puck around real well. Hasn't gone in for them, but they've had numerous chances. But anytime you can find others to contribute in that situation, I think it just makes us a deeper team and gives us more options as we move along here. But it was a big goal for that unit tonight.
When you first arrived here and thought about some things that you wanted to try and do right away, one of the things that we see and we're hearing from guys is, guys throughout the lineup really feeling like they're being given opportunity and empowered to be put in these positions. Was that a priority for you to try and engage as much of the lineup as possible?
Well, I think especially when we made the decision to go 11 forwards and 7 defensemen, especially when we did that, we wanted to spread out the minutes amongst the many and not just, consolidate them in just a few people. And I think we've done a good job of asking more people to do a little bit more in that regard. I think it helps our D-core, and it's worked through this first 4 games. And as you mentioned, we're getting contributions from everybody who's dressed.
Jay, I know you've talked about Derek Ryan a little bit earlier. I'm hoping maybe you can expand to, just because I'm assuming that he's one of the guys that you didn't really know before you came in. Is this kind of the player that you thought you could get out of Derek Ryan? Since you've taken over here, it looks like his game has really shot up here.
Yeah, I just thought the move to the wing gave him a little bit of a jolt. I think he's a smart player. I think he complemented Nuge with just being able to figure out where to be on the ice. I think he offers Nuge a right-handed face-off option. And I also think that and I said this morning, if he ends up as the first forechecker in the offensive zone and we end up working back to our end, I feel comfortable with Derek Ryan being down low if he ends up down low. And so I just think that group complements each other. He's put a lot of work in. He's a real hard-working person. I haven't had too many conversations outside of just hockey information, but his contributions over this last little while, like I said, that line's making us a deeper team, and we appreciate him.
Last one for me, just on those on the 11 forward. There's 2 guys that, it's not a complete line, so you got to, find ways to rotate someone in there.
Yep.
What do you want to see from those 2 guys early on when they get opportunity? Like what's the message to them about how to make sure that they stay engaged in the game and that you need to keep going to them?
Yeah, I think we like to get in a rhythm. What's different is the last couple games have been penalty filled early in the game. So sometimes it's hard to get people on the ice when there's so many penalties, and if they don't play in one of the situations, they might sit for a few minutes. But we just want to get everybody up and running. We're not asking those players to do anything differently than we're asking all the players, which is to play an energetic game, play a straightforward, direct game. And, we've put a lot of import on working back into our own zone. And if they just do that, we're not asking them to do anything special or be anyone they're not. We just want them to bring what they bring, and they'll be just fine. And it ended up with Yesse leaving the game halfway through that we just started moving pieces around to make sure that we spread the ice time around.
Just one last one, Jay, about Evander Kane. He seems to be getting more comfortable, that outside of the skill and the goals, just his physical, tenacious side. He had 6 hits tonight. Have you just seen a guy, he obviously didn't play for quite a while, just him kind of getting back to the player that you've seen in the NHL and kind of your expectations of what he can be for you moving forward?
Yeah, and I've known Evander personally here for a week, so my frame of reference on him as a player is that he is getting better every day. We have to understand that he didn't have a normal training camp. He had a couple games in the American Hockey League, but he's just kind of getting up to speed right now, and I think he feels comfortable. I think those 2 big bodies on that line with him and Leon, and I think they're tough to handle in the hard areas.